In this video, let's learn to compare StringBuilder objects to check whether they are equal or not, an important one for the exam. Here's a quick question. Can you guess the output? Internally, it looks like this. There are two string objects. We already know that equals method of string class checks whether data of two objects is equal or not, so output is true. Next, instead of string, we created StringBuilder objects. Internally, it looks like this. What's the output? Here, output is false. Let me explain why. In string class, the equals method is overridden to check the data when comparing two string objects. But in StringBuilder, the equals method is not overridden. So, it compares objects by checking their address instead of data. In short, the equals method of object class and StringBuilder class compares objects based on their address. Even in user-defined classes, meaning the classes that we create, the equals method is inherited from object class by default, so it too is compared using address. But don't forget, a user-defined class can always override the equals method and define its own logic to compare objects based on their data instead of address. On the other hand, the equals method has been overridden in string class and all the wrapper classes to compare objects based on their data. Remember these details for the exam. For checking if two objects are equal or not, we should compare them based on their data, right? The equals method of string class compares string objects based on their data. But as you can see, the equals method of StringBuilder is pointless because it doesn't compare two StringBuilder objects based on their data. This brings us to an important question. How do we compare StringBuilder objects? Here are two objects. There are several ways to compare two StringBuilder objects, but the easiest way is this. Use the toString method of StringBuilder class we studied in the last video. Convert both the StringBuilder objects into string using this method. And then, use equals function of string class to compare these new string objects. We can also do this in one step, like this. So, as you can see, programmers had to write custom logic for comparing StringBuilder objects. With Java 11, StringBuilder has a new method called compareTo. This function is used to check whether two StringBuilder objects are equal or not. This method belongs to the comparable interface. This interface is present in the java.lang package. The compareTo function is its abstract method. Java 11 onwards, StringBuilder class implements the comparable interface. It overrides the compareTo function and has defined logic to compare StringBuilder objects based on their data. We will study about this interface in the coming chapters, but for this video, that's all you need to know about the comparable interface. If the value returned by this function is 0, it means the StringBuilder objects are equal. But if not, then they are not equal. Okay? Here's a demo. There are two StringBuilder objects created with an initial value each. Both of them have identical data, right? The word by. Now, we'll compare these StringBuilder objects like this, using an if-else block. So, condition of the if block is first checked. As both the objects S1 and S2 have the same data, the compareTo function returns 0. Is 0 equal to 0? Yes. The if block is thus executed, and the first SOPLN runs, giving this output. Easy, right? Here's another example. This time, the two StringBuilder objects have different data. So, the compareTo function returns a non-zero value. The control goes to the else block. The second SOPLN gets printed, and output is thus not equal. So, this is how we can compare StringBuilder objects to check whether they are equal or not. To summarize, we can use the equals function to compare objects of wrapper classes and objects of string class. But if the equals method is used to compare StringBuilder objects, it purely checks whether their address is the same or not. It doesn't check their data. Instead, to compare StringBuilder objects, we won't use the equals function, and we also don't have to write any custom logic. Because, with Java 11, we can compare StringBuilder objects using the compareTo function. Got it? Okay. So, I hope you understand how the equals function works with string and StringBuilder. Remember this for the exam. That's all about comparing StringBuilder objects. See you in the next video.